Hi and welcome back to the Boss channel. My name is Ryan, and I'm glad to have you back with us this week as we continue to try and break more obstacles in your online business. In the last video, we looked at what options were out there to get funding for your business, in case you felt that the lack of seed capital was an obstacle in your success. And among those options, we looked at crowdfunding, which is an online activity carried out by people around the world to collect money for a specific cause, whether it be charity, product development, or starting a business. So today, as a follow-up video, I want to talk about the top 3 crowdfunding sites that you can visit to get funding for your business. Let's get into it. The very first crowdfunding site we are going to look at is called GoFundMe. GoFundMe is one of the most popular crowdfunding sites available today. It dates back to early 2010 and has raised close to $30 billion since its inception. GoFundMe has its home at gofundme.com. I love their site. It feels friendly and non-intimidating. Funny as it may sound, GoFundMe was not necessarily designed to support business activities, but what GoFundMe has that a lot of other crowdfunding sites are struggling for is popularity. Popularity is important, of course, because the more people visit the site, the higher the chance of getting backers or people that give money to your project or business. GoFundMe has had over 150 million people either donate or receive money from their site, which is staggering to say the least. Although they've become more synonymous with supporting charity causes. The reason I mention GoFundMe on this list is because they have a category that caters to businesses too, even if it's in a different way. When you go to the For Individuals tab, click See All, and then click the green icon that says Business. The best way to seek funding for your business through GoFundMe would be to start a fundraiser for your business under what I call charitable terms. What I mean is, instead of trying to get funding for your business from the concept or idea stage, what you would need to do is get started, launch your business, even if it's not to the perfect level. Just get started, and then when you're a few weeks or months in, start a fundraising campaign, either to expand your business or to keep it up and running. The whole idea is to get started first before raising capital, instead of waiting for capital to get started. If you can convince your audience on GoFundMe that you're serious about getting started and actually have something to show for it, you may be able to persuade people to support your business. The power of GoFundMe, like I said, is their popularity. And if you have numbers on your side with a compelling story that resonates with people, then you increase your chances of getting your business off the ground. All you'll have to do to get started is click the Start the GoFundMe button and follow the prompts till you create an account. Once you've set it up, you'll have to share your page with as many people as possible to build momentum for your project and attract as many backers or sponsors as you can. The second crowdfunding site that we can look at and is related to business projects is Indiegogo.com. Indiegogo is a crowdfunding site that has grown in popularity recently. They are great because unlike GoFundMe, they are tailored for business startups as well as charity projects. They have a clean and simple website that features various popular projects from different fields. However, once you've browsed the site, you'll notice they are big on tech projects and creative works. Indiegogo is great if you need funding for an online business because online businesses fall under the tech category for the most part. One of the standout features about Indiegogo is that they have a flexible goal funding system, which means you won't have to meet your fundraising goal to collect your money like many other sites demand. Once you've set a fundraising goal to launch your business, let's say $10,000, and you don't reach that target, instead of the backers getting all their money back, you can get whatever is collected, then get started on your project. That's a top feature to have on these sites because sometimes you may not need all that money to get started. Another cool feature on Indiegogo is that you can also continue raising money even after you've hit your target. More money for you and your business basically. The transaction fees are low, between 3 to 5%, and you can do a pre-launch to build a community before you actually start a campaign to raise the money. To get started, you create an account and click Start a Campaign. Then follow the prompts to share a compelling story explaining who you are, how much you need, and when you need it by. Then, of course, put in the work to gain publicity around your campaign, and finally wait for backers to sponsor your project. One thing you need to know is that Indiegogo uses a rewards-based system to thank backers for sponsoring your project. A reward is not an expensive gift-wrapped item. No, the reward you give your backers can be in the form of, say, priority use of your product, a signed t-shirt, the first product manual, a phone call with you, or anything clever and inexpensive that your backers will feel privileged to experience when they give you their money. Kind of like a thank you for sponsoring me type deal. You can check out other fundraising campaigns on the site to get ideas on what perks to give out so that you don't get stuck at this stage. Then before we go on to the third and final crowdfunding site, I'd like to make an honorable mention, if you will. Since there's so many crowdfunding sites cropping up on the internet, it's hard to come up with a list of the 3 top funding sites, just because they all give you something different, making it hard to make definite choices. So, with that in mind, I'd like to mention a website that I had to leave out, but would still be wonderful for raising capital for your business. That website is patreon.com. Patreon is a crowdfunding site that caters to digital creators. If you have that creative spark in you and express yourself through podcasts, film, or videography in general, then Patreon could be the site for you. Patreon's model is slightly different in that they don't have backers trying to raise a specific figure in one go. Instead, you get support in terms of a monthly subscription fee because people expect you to keep creating great content every few weeks or months. So if you are good at creating stuff, you can sign up to Patreon and get funding from thousands of people who appreciate your work and pay a monthly fee to keep you up and running as you focus on your craft. Then finally, the last website we are going to look at as a great source for crowdfunding is none other than Kickstarter.com. Kickstarter is another reward-based crowdfunding site that offers some kind of perks or incentive to people who support your project. Kickstarter is more focused on building businesses, so you won't look like a fish out of water if you try to pitch a startup on Kickstarter. Kickstarter uses an all-or-nothing system, meaning you only get your money if you hit your fundraising goal. If you don't do so, then everyone that pledged to donate will get their money back. In a way, it's a good thing because it shows people believe in your project and are willing to see it come to life. But of course, the downside is that you miss out on whatever money could have been collected if you failed to reach your goal. Kickstarter works well with creative minds too. A lot of creative products have come to life thanks to their platform. Products like the Pebble Watch, the Fidget Cube, and the Oculus Rift, some of which raise millions of dollars well beyond their target goal. When you visit their website at Kickstarter.com, you can explore all the various creative projects or business startups to guide you on where to start. Their categories range from art to publishing, to tech, to dance, design, fashion, film, and a lot of other options that are sure to include your business genre. To start a fundraising campaign, click Start a Project, and as usual, follow the prompts entering your data and what type of business you want to get backing for. Starting a project for all these 3 sites can be easy, but what's important is what you do after setting up your campaign. You have to get your message out there by any means necessary so that you gain traction and attract multiple backers on the site. You can use social media or an email list, your close friends and family, or anything and anyone that will give your project some interest from the backers. So those are my top 3 crowdfunding sites. If you think the missing puzzle to the launch of your business is capital, then get started on any one of these sites and find some funding for your business. I've been Ryan. Thanks again for watching. Hit the subscribe button and I'll see you next week as we break more obstacles in online business. Like the video if you liked the video, and good luck with your business.